don't have to know what is an entrepreneurship because entrepreneurship as a class has really been helpful, and I get to understand that entrepreneurship is the mother of a society. The work system is being operated by entrepreneurs, whether white collar job is at a part as a result of entrepreneurship. Every white collar job that every employment job that is as a result of entrepreneurship started somewhere. There are two types of entrepreneurship.
Welcome back to YE channel. YE channel is a channel that is designed for young ones to teach the young ones the essence of becoming young entrepreneur. This channel is basically designed for you and you. So we were talking about the essence of becoming young entrepreneur, and most of you, if you have been following my series of clips one after the other, you come to understand what we have been talking about, the essence of becoming young entrepreneur. So in our last clip, we talked about the definition about entrepreneur, and we move forward to talk about the key point that is being defined by many scholars, which is the 6 key points. And we did talk about individual defining who is an entrepreneur, the business aspect of entrepreneur. For a business aspect, you can't become an entrepreneur without you understanding about entrepreneur. You have to first of all know who an entrepreneur is before you venture into an entrepreneurship aspect. So I'll start by defining business. Like, a lot of people venture into business, and there are a lot of business everywhere. Even a market woman is a business person. Even a gari seller, a periwinkle seller, they're all business set of people. But what is really the definition of what a business is all about? So I would say that business can be for profits. Anything that has to do with profit entities, it has to do with business. But it's not only profit entities, it also has to do with non-profit entities. Like, you check out most organizations that, like, you call like NGO, non-profit organizations, them they also do business, and it's also non-profit entity. You don't have to make profit before you call it a business. Let's have the different characteristics. We have characteristics of businesses. First of all, we have, before you be a business person, you have to be very, very innovative. You have to be very, very innovative. And secondly, you have to be very unique. There are some business persons are very unique in their business, and you have to be problem-solving. You have to learn how to client's problem. You have to learn how to be profitable in your business and understandable. Now, in this aspect, these 5 characteristics of businesses, if you don't have these 5 characters, you just have to learn how to build these 5 characters as a business person. You have to be understandable, you have to be good in problem solving, you have to be unique and innovative, and you have to be profitable. I always say that profitable is the last set of business, because if you don't understand your customer, you end up losing your customer. And secondly, if you are not unique in whatever you are doing, you end up losing them. So I'll say that business idea is the first part of entrepreneurship. It is the very first part of entrepreneurship. Business idea. If you have a business idea, there are some people that have a business idea but they don't have the finance to power the business idea. Most of these persons, but once they get to it, doesn't get a longer time that they won't end up to have a sponsor. But if you have some persons have money but they don't have business idea. So first of all, as a business person or as a young entrepreneur, you have to have a business idea. You have to know what you want to go into. Do you want to go into POS business? Do you want to go into baking of cake? Whatever chef or whatever you want to go into as an entrepreneur. So I said a business idea is a concept that can be financial. Basically, for me, business is for financial gain. Don't mind the other definition that says for non-profit entities. Everybody wants to venture into a business that will give them a financial gain. Nobody wants to venture into a business that will not give them financial gain. So a business idea is a concept of financial gain that is usually centered on a product or service that can be offered for money. So anything that you do that can offer ones for money is called business. So In that aspect of business, I talk about that one has to be, as a business person, you have to be an ideologist. You have to have an idea of what you are going into. So an idea is the first milestone in the processing of building a successful business. You don't have an idea of what you are going to, you end up crashing along the way. So I would say that an idea has to do with for profit. Idea is a thought, belief, opinion, or plan. Idea is a thought, belief, opinion, and plan. So you have to have the thought first before you now believe that this thing can work, and before you now give your opinion, before you now start planning. So as a business person, have a reaping aspect. If you want to realize the gain of your hard work, you need to first work to create the success. Don't just reap something like that. Remember when I was little, my husband always said that, her in-law, she always said that you can't plant cassava and expect to harvest yam. It is not possible. So whatever you plan is what you harvest. So as young entrepreneur, you don't just go into, let's just say you want to go into shoe and bag business just today, and you're expecting to have a turnover, maybe a profit. Let's just say that your clothes, for instance, now you bought it at outside country, for instance, you bought it at, let's say, at $10, and you're expecting to sell it to at $20. You're expecting to make $10 profit just like that, just within one day or within that week. It doesn't come that way. You have to plan. Even planning of cassava, for instance, takes time before it germinates. So every business takes time before it germinates. It always takes time. So as young entrepreneur, why a lot of young entrepreneurs run into trouble is because they run into making it faster for their business to germinate. So talking about the reaping aspect, as young entrepreneur, you have to take time and let it grow the way it is. You're going to get it. So talking about the reward in the definition of that, who's an entrepreneur, reward as an entrepreneur can pursue your passion. In terms of the reward, you can pursue your passion and also make money. Now let's say my passion is for instance dancing. Then I can use dancing as my passion to make money. Or my passion is singing, I can use my passion to make money. Or my passion is whatever the passion is, cooking, I can use my passion to make money. So as young entrepreneur, people at times we think that we have to pour money into our passion in order to gain money, but that's some business as a young entrepreneur that is a zero budget business that can generate money for yourself. We'll talk about that in our next video clips on a lot of business that you can pump your energy, that you can make money from it. You don't have to pump money into it. So once the starting period of the pitfalls and hurdle is over, you can start reaping the benefit of your hard work and your sacrifice. So entrepreneurship provides you with the freedom to control and shape your professional life. That there are three biggest rewards that you have as an entrepreneur. So first of all, the reward of personal freedom. As young entrepreneur, you have a reward of a personal freedom, which is very, very vital, and that is what a lot of persons need. And you have the reward of financial opportunity. Wow. So this one is what people basically need very well. And the third one, which is the last one, you have the reward of ownership, balancing risks, and you have these kind of freedoms as an entrepreneur. Let's just go straight to talk about the reward of freedom, and that is the reward of the personal freedom. When you are a business owner, for instance, you are in control. You decide who you want to work with and who you don't want to work with, which customer you want and which customer you don't want. So the reward of financial freedom as a young entrepreneur, so you make control. You are the one that control the atmosphere, who you want to work with, number one, and secondly, the customer you want and the customer that you don't need. As a young entrepreneur, you have your decision. Leave all these ages that you normally say that your customer is always right. Yes, customer is always right, but as young entrepreneur, you too, there are some customers that are very stubborn. They are very stubborn that can want to put you into trouble. You have the freedom to tell the customer, no, I can't sell this to you, because it is your own business. Imagine working for someone like a boss for someone. You won't have that freedom to choose or select a customer, because it's your boss that owns it. So you say that you decide who you work with, your customer, the customer you want, or whether to take an opportunity without asking anyone permission. As a young entrepreneur, you have this control to take decisions anytime, any day, even in the dream. You can decide today to decide that you want to you want to go and cook and sell. You might decide to not to do anything today. So you have this ability, the ability to control your day and to control your time. So if you concentrate on your personal life, you can concentrate on your personal life. As this is another benefit, you can concentrate on your personal life, spend more time with your family. As a young entrepreneur, my friend always says that you have as an entrepreneur, you have the ability to control your time, to see your friends, to see your family, to see whoever you want to see. But if you are working for someone, or for government, or whoever you're working for, you won't have this freedom to see your family, you won't have this freedom to have time for yourself. So as young entrepreneur, you have to understand that, but once you venture into it, you have all the time you ever need on this earth to control your business. So you can reduce your hours, work from home instead of commuting, or take a few days off. As young entrepreneur, you have time to take a few days. You don't just work like a normal, let's just say like animal. Sorry for an animal, because you work from Monday to Saturday from 7 a.m. be holding to enter the bus or taxi. Proudly sponsored by Rap Culture Africa, Eagles Lens Media, and Lona Shots. Next edition on BYE channel. Don't fail to click on the subscribe button, share, and keep on